What's up, Ravens fans? Welcome into an episode of For the Flock Rundown. I'm Ryan here with Noah, and glad to be back on these terms, man. 24-0. Who would have thought a shutout? We eliminated the Bengals from the playoffs in the coldest game in Ravens history. How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, we've been waiting a few weeks to pull them out, but
Let's
here they
go.
are.
Shades are back.
The purple shades are officially back, man. If you would have told me that the Baltimore Ravens were going to hold Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to 0 points. By the way, the 2 weeks before this, since Joe Burrow's been back, has put up back-to-back games over 30 points. And the Ravens are like, nah, I'm going to smear Joe Burrow on the first drive, knock him out of field goal range. Tavius Robinson back in on the action, just absolutely hammers Burrow. We had Draymond Jones with, I think, 5 pressures and
QB hits.
So, yeah, 5 quarterback hits, bro. He was laying the wood on Joe Burrow. And then we have multiple turnovers, bro. Marlon Humphrey gets the pick. Kyle Van Noy gets the pick and then hands it off to Alohi Gilman, Ed Reed style. It was a fun game to watch. Plus, in the second half, the offense really got rolling. I think they had 4 or 5 drives in a row where they scored. It was like field goal, touchdown, field goal. It was like a nice drives, man. And you were seeing Lamar Jackson's passes had some zip on them, some velocity, decisive. He took off a couple of times, hit 19 miles per hour. I don't know if you saw that on one of his runs, which was the second fastest speed since he came back from injury. So, hey, man, are the Ravens, should we say it, man? Are they ready to go on a run or what, man? Yeah, hey, we've been talking about it all season that, hey, if we got this version of the Ravens where the offense was playing what we're capable of and then the defense showed up like they're capable of and they actually put it together, played complementary football, what that would look like. And you saw it in this game. So, hey, they have a big test upcoming against the Patriots, one of the best, hottest teams in the NFL right now. And it's Sunday Night Football on the bank. So, yeah, I'm pretty fired up about this one, Ryan.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I know. I don't want to jump all the way to that Patriots game because I want to live in the glory of that dub yesterday. That was a awesome win, man. I don't think we've played a complete game like that all season. I mean, that had to be the most complete game from all 3 phases, especially in weather like that. I know there were some drops and things, but like overall, man, like that was a clean game from the Ravens and just a good performance from all sides. So efficient on offense too. What do we have? 12 passes. I think Lamar was 8 for 12.
Yeah,
but
like it should have been all completed.
It felt like he lit it up, like that one throw to Zay in the back of the end zone, beautiful, man. And the one on that, was it? No, it might not have been on this drive. What was the one? Yeah, it was on this drive. The one he threw to Zay on the sideline where he kind of just chucked it into space and Zay tracked it, and then he took that big hit. I think it was on the same drive, but either way, started in the second quarter, man. I think Lamar flipped this game around and got 2 scoring drives, which got us to a lead. Like, when have we played with a comfortable lead? It's been a minute. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the first half, we got up, 14-0. And it's like, you can play a lot different, man. The whole game flips when you got a couple possession lead. And I feel like the Ravens can play their game a lot more. You know what I mean? And then in the second half, you see the run game come to life more. And Henry going, even though I think he would he have 10 or 11 carries for
100 yards.
Yeah.
9.1 a pop or something crazy like that.
Yeah. Super low amount of plays. So you had 12 throws and like 24 runs. But I mean, it's all you need. You know what I mean?
Dude, like, I know. I saw people saying, like, I had a couple of comments on my video, like, dude, the offense only scored 17 points against his defense. What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, we didn't even make a passing attempt in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like, because we were up in such a big lead, we were trying to run the clock out.
Forgot what it feels like.
And then, we get the pick 6, and then their offense gets the ball right back. So it's like the time of possession because of the pick 6. It wasn't really an offensive issue as much as it was. I mean, we were pretty much able to run and throw. Like, whatever we did. Lamar was very efficient, 119 passer rating. I think on the day we averaged about 8 yards a carry on the ground, which is absurd. Keaton Mitchell went off as well. So, yeah, we were able to pretty much do whatever. The only knock I can say on if there was anything about the offense is they did get off to a slow start. I think the first, quarter wasn't looking sharp. Took a few bad sacks. And that was frustrating. I think I texted you. I was like, dude, maybe the Ravens just suck.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I think I echoed it too. You're like, I think you texted me. You're like, I don't even know, bro. And then I was like, I'm learning week by week here that like maybe I'm delusional and we do just suck. And then like second quarter on,
yeah. Well, the defense
that's what I've been waiting on.
Yeah, the defense kept us in it. Like I was like, dude, this defense is balling right now.
Yeah. They've been playing well, man. Even that first Bengals game, I know they put up a lot more points, but it's hard to fight 5 turnovers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Giving them the ball back, and at some point they kind of takes the sails out. Yeah, momentum is huge, and turnovers are a big momentum game. So,
yeah, and what a better way with your back against the wall to start building this momentum. And I've been talking about that for a week, so I probably sound like a broken record, but it is so important to just show up in these big games down the stretch. And the Ravens have done that historically with Lamar. I know when they didn't have Lamar, they weren't, I'm not counting those years, but with Lamar, the Ravens win when it matters most down the stretch. They always have. They showed that stat during the game yesterday. I saw some people talking about that Lamar and Burrow were undefeated in their careers from week 15 and beyond. I think Lamar was 15-0 and now he's 16-0. But like, how special is that though, man? Like Lamar's never lost from week 15 on ever.
Dude, all I'm saying is I think the NFL done messed up and let Lamar Jackson get hot when it matters most.
Or they wanted this, and that's why we're on primetime the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Dude, all I'm saying is Lamar looks like he's back. And
he looks great.
The explosiveness is there and the confidence with ripping some of those tight window throws is there. Dude, the no look pass to D-Hop over the middle, like he's feeling himself right now.
Yep,
he's starting to get a little confidence back.
The adjustment too, like they're bringing the house, and then he adjusts the play call pre-snap, and just instantly he knew exactly where he was going to Ali on that screen in the flat. And
he waited for the edge rusher to get just far enough into his rush, and then just kind of like toyed with him, just like popped it over his head, dude.
That's smart football, though. You know what I mean? We need to be doing a lot more of that. It's not all like crazy play downfield, make it really difficult on yourself. Like, let's make it easier. And I loved what I saw from the entire offense, man, and defense, the whole team, bro. Like, I mean, even special teams to kick in that weather. I know he didn't kick a lot, but like Luke made the field goal. Wester was smart with the punt returning. We were hitting on kickoff coverage. Charlie Kohler had multiple big hits. Malachi Starks was getting involved. I thought the entire team was bought in, and that means something down the stretch that you're still bought in like this, because the Ravens could have came out flat. They did come out a little flat in the first quarter offensively, but I'm just saying with how this season's went, it wouldn't blow your mind if the Ravens just didn't put together this like complete game at this point, but they did.
Yep, dude. You're 100% right. They're balled in. Like it didn't feel like anyone was. I didn't see any weird body language. Even whenever things weren't going their way on offense in the first quarter, they were ready to go, man. And Ed Reed talked about Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey talked about Ed Reed. Totally got that backwards. Yeah. Talked about how that kind of like fired him up a little bit. And let's go.
Said they had their best week of practice this week.
Best week of practice.
I mean, I would hope that's not just Ed Reed. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully we don't need the goats to come around to have a great practice.
I know.
But I'm glad it happened, though. And if, they can continue to practice like that, then you can keep the momentum rolling. It is interesting, though. I heard Marlon Humphrey, I heard that press conference that when he spoke to the media and said that last night about Ed Reed and about the hardest week of practice and how everyone was sore on Saturday because they practiced so hard. I don't know if you listened to Harbaugh's presser today, though, but he just completely denied that. He was like, Ed, veterans come around sometimes. I don't really think that there's much like correlation there. And then he goes, we also didn't practice any harder than we usually do because we always practice hard. And I was like, that was an interesting dynamic. Like, you got the players saying, like, this was our best, hardest week of practice. And then Harbaugh's like, no, we always do.
Yeah, that was a little interesting, but
whatever. Product on the field was amazing, so
it was,
I'll
man.
take it. Yeah,
All
we
right,
got
we got a
super chat.
super.
Yeah. Appreciate you, BB and CF Productions. Ravens must win Sunday for me to be fully confident in them. Yeah, I get that. Prime time at the bank in Baltimore. I get if you're still like on the fence about confidence, like I've been extremely optimistic throughout this entire painful season, but like I totally get if you kind of hopped off the bandwagon and didn't love the performance on the field. I didn't love it either. I was just like annoyed every week, but I think that it's important that we just played our most important game. And yeah, they got a lot to prove. There's 3 games left against tough teams. It's not an easy road, but the opportunity is in front of you. And if we're playing our best ball, I'll take it.
Yeah. So yeah, for this game on Sunday, I understand the Patriots are a good team. Don't get me wrong. They're so well coached. Great coach. Vrabel has, you saw what he did in Tennessee when he came into Baltimore in 2019 when the Ravens had the first round bye week. They were 14-2. They had won 12 straight games, got the bye. Lamar Jackson wins the MVP. And we see Vrabel dog the Ravens. Derrick Henry ran all over us, bro. So, I need Derrick Henry to do to Vrabel what Vrabel had him do to Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? I need Derrick Henry to run all over this Patriots defense on Sunday Night Football in the cold weather, man. The bank's going to be rocking. And if Derrick Henry starts to rattle off some runs, that stadium is going to be nuts, man. But what I'm saying is I don't quite think that the Baltimore Ravens, the New England Patriots are as good as what their record is. They're a good team. But if I was looking at their games, man, they haven't their wins are not against high quality opponents.
Yeah.
So they literally statistically have had the easiest schedule in the NFL. They're well balanced. They got a solid defense. They have a solid run game. Drake May's playing good football. They got a couple of weapons like Diggs and Hunter Henry and
Henderson's balling right now. He's explosive.
Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson's a tough physical runner, and they have a solid offensive line. So the Ravens, don't get me wrong, they're going to have to bring their A game to beat the Patriots, but I think it's a lot more feasible. In fact, I'm not the only one that thinks that. In fact, like the Ravens are actually favored in this game. They're 2.5-point favorites according to betting odds and experts. So the Ravens, people know when Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, and Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. And this defense is playing really good football right now. So I'm feeling pretty good, especially at the bank Sunday Night Football. I don't love that the Patriots just lost to the Bills. And now they're in jeopardy of losing the division.
Mm-hmm. They're fighting for something, right?
Yeah, so they're like, they're in must-win territory right now.
On the flip side of that too, though, like they could have just lost a little momentum. Like they're not invincible. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're riding too high. I heard Diggs say after the game, he's like, maybe we needed that loss.
Yeah,
like as a wake-up call. And I'm like, maybe like. You know what I mean? It could work in their favor. Like you said, their backs against the wall to win the division, but also like the, ability to just win every week and just keep rolling teams like ended. And they blew a 21-point lead. They were up 21-0 in that game.
Bro.
So like, that's a big loss. Imagine how we felt in week 1 when we blew the lead to Buffalo. They just did it.
Right. They did the exact same thing. But can I share with you the last 8 wins they have?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So they beat the Giants. Prior to that, the Bengals, the Jets, the Buccaneers, the Falcons, the Browns, the Titans, and the Saints. That was their prior 8 wins. By the way, I don't think any of them have a winning record. Maybe the Bucks. Nope, the Bucks. Nope. So yeah, out of their last 8 wins, none of the wins that they have had a winning record.
Yeah, they're not really
So,
tested. That Buffalo game was, but they were up and down. Yeah. And I think that they are definitely able to be scored on too. This isn't some like elite defense that we can't put up points. And I feel like our offense is starting to get going. Hopefully, we'll see though, man. It is a big test. We'll see. I've been confident about the Ravens in other moments after that 5-game win streak we had, and then we laid an egg against the Bengals in prime time. So I mean, you never know, but I mean, you couldn't have played a more complete game than we just played. So I feel like this is the best version of the Ravens, and it's their last home game of the regular season. Now, hopefully we host a home game in the playoffs when we win the division, but this would be our last regular season home game. You can't go out with a loss, man. We haven't played well at home this year. Yeah. So let's get to
we got some
super chat from Amirafus. You didn't say anything. If you want to comment something, let us know. But we appreciate the 2. Also became a member, so appreciate you for that.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And then we got another one from BB. I agree, but also Patriots red zone defense bottom 3 in the league, while the rest of their defense is decent. Great matchup for us too. Yeah, that is an interesting thing to point out. They have a bottom 3 red zone defense. We have a bottom 3 red zone offense.
Yeah.
So let's put up some points. Let's turn that around.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Patriots, if you look at their passing defense, they're about middle of the pack. I think they're about 15 or 16th in the league. They allow 205 yards per game through the air, but their run defense is actually pretty solid. They are 5th in the NFL, averaging 95.1. But again, look at the teams they've played. So that's definitely
had Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson running at them.
Right.
Not to say it's going to be easy, but it is a different level. I 100% agree. We got another super chat. Appreciate you guys from Dom with the 5. Thank you. And he said, did you see the backside video of the pick 6 and see Nate turn around and laugh at Chase? I did not see that. Did you?
I did not. Noah?
I got to rewatch that video.
I didn't see that, but thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
I did see him jawing at him a little bit during some reps. I also saw, it's a clean channel, but Draymond Jones had some words for Joe Burrow after the game.
Whooped you.
He said, "We beat your butt," right? we whooped your butt. And like the way he said it was like.
Did you hear him in the post game too?
He was like, "We beat your butt." He just looks right at him like doesn't even smile afterwards. Like doesn't chuckle. He's just like, "Yeah, we did." And then afterwards, bro, in the we got to keep the purple shades on a little bit longer to celebrate this win. But yeah, and the post game. Tell us what he said in the post game, Ryan.
Post game, they were asking him about like the Bengals like quitting or being too cold, and he said that from play 1 he knew that it was too cold and that they did not want to be out there. And with that same look, like he's got confidence, man. Like you can notice confidence from somebody. You know what I mean? When they truly believe in what they're saying and they know they back it up on the field. He's got that. And I mean, speaking of Draymond, since we're on the topic, since the trade, since November 4th.
Yeah.
Team high 20 quarterback pressures. In that game alone, he had 5 quarterback hits.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has been a much needed added juice to this pass rush room that we really needed it. And the trade seemed good at the time, but I don't know. I think it's turning out better than anyone even thought, to be honest with you.
It is, man. He's actually really helping that 4-man rush come alive.
Yeah.
We
couldn't get home. Yeah. And then Mike Green is a beast too, man. And
Mike Green
Tavius coming back. Tavius back.
And then Travis Jones. Those 4, man, on those 4-man rushes are looking pretty nasty. Draymond's got that flexibility to rush from the inside. Tavius has the flexibility to rush from the inside. Then you got Mike Green flying off the edge and Travis Jones bulldozing in the middle. And I like that combination on the 4-man rushes, man. Dude, I'll tell you what, Zach Ord by far had his best called game as a professional defensive coordinator. He had Joe Burrow on his toes. It felt like in the second half of the first matchup with Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow kind of settled in and knew what was coming. He picked apart our defense a little bit, man. But in this matchup, he didn't really know what was coming, and they kept moving Kyle Hamilton around. They used to just they for a while, for a few weeks, they only had him around the line of scrimmage a lot, like doing the fake blitz, dropping blitz. But this time they moved him around in some different spots, and I think that caught Joe Burrow a little off guard. And then Tavius Robinson, how about his first game back on the first drive?
Immediate impact.
Immediate, man. Clean win.
I mean, I was going to say they kind of let him through on that sack, but I don't care because he finished it. And like, how many guys get through and like the quarterback's just ducking and gets out of it, and then all of a sudden there's a play downfield, and we're like, "Oh, you were right there!" Like, I feel like that's happened so many times in the last.
How many times
years.
has Odafe Owe had that same play?
That's who I thought of.
Ran past somebody.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk too much mess because he's kind of balling with the Chargers, but that was the first name that came to my mind. I was like, that almost wins, but like, shout out to Tavius, because yes, he got through pretty easily. Like they made a mistake and let him through, but he finished it. You know what I mean? He took the right angle, right pursuit on Burrow, made the sack, and then continued to be dominant throughout the game. I think he played a little over 40%, so he played decent chunk of the game. But yeah, amazing to see him and our Darius Washington back. He didn't get on the field a ton in this one, but just awesome to see those guys work back and get back that fast. I think that's necessary juice for this defense too, man. Nice depth. And Tavius is huge, especially, might as well talk about this then. Teddy Buchanan, torn ACL in that game.
That's a bummer, man.
Out for the year. So now Trenton Simpson is going to definitely be playing a lot more. He played a ton in that game.
Yeah, and he played well.
Roquan and tackles, yeah. And so he's going to be solely at inside linebacker, which Tavius coming back makes that a lot easier to do, because we were kind of moving Trenton around there for a little bit, trying to find the right role for him. Yeah. He's not going to be – we don't need him on the edge. You know what I mean? Like Tavius can now fully, with him being back – now Trenton Simpson can just focus on kind of filling in next to Roquan. And it sucks for Teddy. Prayers up for him. Speedy recovery. Harbaugh said he'd be back by training camp. But yeah, any thoughts on that whole situation?
Yeah, it really stinks because, I mean, Teddy Buchanan came in as a rookie 4th round draft pick and like won out, like beat out Trenton Simpson, who had the upper hand and the advantage for that starting inside linebacker spot, and Buchanan just played better, man. So he hits hard. He flies around. He's athletic, big physical guy, takes on blocks well. That to me, that actually, like against certain teams, I'm not as concerned. Like whenever he went out with the injury, I was like, all right, not a big impact against the Bengals right now, because we're going to be in a lot of nickel against the Bengals, where you only have one linebacker on the field anyways. So I wasn't too worried about that. But against some other type of teams that the Ravens the Ravens are going to have to play, specifically the Steelers, who got some big physical tight ends, and they like to run the football a lot. And, against the Patriots with Ramondre Stevenson and some of their power run game. If we see the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, they have a pretty powerful run game as well. So there's certain teams and matchups where it hurts to have Buchanan out. But the hope is Trenton Simpson comes in and doesn't skip a beat, and you don't see a big drop off, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. I think he'll come in and do well, man. Trenton's got enough experience at this point,
right?
But yeah, definitely prayers up for Teddy. Let's get to Ray Vorey Sports with the 2. Appreciate you. Did Zach Orr save his job yesterday? I feel like he turned it around earlier in the season where it wasn't as rocky, but big statement, I would say.
Yeah.
So if his job was on the line, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it's on the line or not. I really don't know the dynamic of like what's going to happen with the coaching staff, but he definitely called a statement game yesterday, and it seems like a long time since we got a shutout, man. So yeah, great job. If his job was on the line, he helped himself tremendously yesterday. That's how I'm feeling.
Bro, what it definitely does is it helps pad the stats on the year as far as points per game allowed. When you average in a 0, like, I think the Ravens went from, dude, they were bottom like 25. Like they were like 25th or lower as far as points per game allowed. And now they're like 17th. Like that 0 that got averaged in took them down to 22.9 points per game allowed. So yeah, definitely helps him out as far as his resume. But as far as saving his job, I'm intrigued by this because I thought, man, I don't know if he's getting enough out of the talent that we do have. The secondary, like we've had some stinkers, like giving up. We gave up 25 to the Steelers. You know, we gave up 32 to the Bengals. We had some other really bad performances on defense. I don't know, man. And you look at the overall stats on the year. The Ravens were bottom half in the league on most defensive stats because of how bad the start was. But that was definitely, if there's anything that's going to help him retain a job, it would be pitching a shutout against Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, who in the previous 2 weeks dropped over 30 points. Whenever you're in a much needed win game. So yeah, might have saved his job if we're being real.
Yeah. Yep. I completely agree. We got another super chat from Elaine. Appreciate you with the 10. I think this one's for you, man, if you want to read it.
Yeah. Elaine, thank you so much for the super. Noah, I was waiting for the purple shades in your solo broadcast. I thought about as soon as I finished recording, I was like so excited that I had forgot to pull out the purple shades. And I was like, all right, at least I'll be able to pull them out in the Monday Live with Ryan. So, we can at least get them out after the win, right? But that's funny. What did I tell you guys last week? I said it was our Super Bowl story. We will be ready. All the adversity has made us stronger. I love the optimistic mindset because as me and Ryan have been talking about throughout the year, like we've said, hey, like don't count the Ravens out yet, man. And there's been, even with the Ravens issues, everything that we've seen and the issues that we have seen have been fixable issues. They've been turnovers. They've been stupid penalties, fluky things, injuries. Lamar Jackson had like all the different things that was going on this season. We said, hey, what if Lamar Jackson gets right? The offense starts to play like we know they're capable of, and the defense shows us, and they actually show up at the same time. What could that look like? Well, you saw what it looked like, right? You saw a 24-0 shutout and a dominant win. So, hey, if the Ravens come out and beat the Patriots on Sunday Night Football this upcoming week, now you're saying, hey, the Ravens just beat one of the best teams in the NFL a few weeks away from the playoffs after dominating the Bengals and pitching a shutout. Suddenly, like, Super Bowl push is back on, right? So, yeah, I love it, Elaine. Thank you so much for the super.
Yeah, thank you, Elaine. No, I love that positivity too, man. We've been on that wave. Not delusional. I'm not saying like they look like the best team in football, but they also, until they're out, this team is way too talented to just be like, nah, they're not going to win the division. This season's over.
Right.
I've been keeping the hope alive. We got a Bills fan in here who's giving us some advice to beat the Patriots. Shout out to 32 Clove. He says, rooting for Baltimore Sunday. Run, and run the ball. Henry should have a monster game, and their coverage versus tight ends can be exposed. Ooh. I like it.
Isaiah Likely, big time.
He wasn't involved. I guess nobody was that involved in this Bengals game, really. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, you know what I mean?
Thanks for the love, man. Thanks for the love.
I appreciate you coming through.
Bills fan giving us some friendly advice there. Especially the hostility that Baltimore and Buffalo fans have had the last few years.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Well, we've been the one losing. So they're probably feeling all right now.
Yeah.
But we need our get back versus Buffalo too.
Yeah.
And then this game tonight versus Pittsburgh and Dolphins, everyone keeps talking about. I think actually on this one, I think Steelers running. Jaylen Warren's active. I know he's sick though. He was added late, questionable, but he is active. So I think
yeah.
But,
dude, James Cook versus the Pats had 22 carries, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Josh Allen was 19 of 28, 193, and 3 touchdowns. I wonder how many rushing yards Josh Allen had. Have to look that up in a second. Rushing. Josh Allen had 11 carries for 48 yards. So, yeah, they and then Ty Johnson had 13 yards as well. They put up Bills put up over 160 rushing on the Pats. So, hey, man, let's do it.
Yeah, we can run better too, man. I mean, I know we got holes on the O-line. I'm not absolving those either, but I've always been saying with all these O-line issues, we can play better and more consistent than we have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw it last year. So it's not, yes, there's holes. Yes, we need to upgrade the O-line, but they can play better. And I saw Emory Jones Jr. got like 5 snaps. We also saw Carson Vincent for a little bit come in. He had to replace Stanley for a possession. So the young offensive linemen in the Bengals game were getting some reps. They look good. Super small sample size, but
yeah,
4 or 5 plays. But I mean, they look good. I think Carson Vincent and Emory Jones are going to play a role in the future, whether that be a year from now, 2 years from now. But like at some point, I feel like they are building these guys to have some type of role.
I agree with you, man. It's nice that these guys had a season to kind of groom.
Yeah, it's a red shirt, really. I mean, I know we've been wanting to see more Emory, but I don't think it's really going to happen. But
red
he'll
shirt, definitely be a starter next year if he's healthy, though.
I agree, 100%. They didn't draft him in the 3rd round to just like, well, I guess you did with Cleveland, but I don't think it's the same scenario.
Yeah,
I don't.
They drafted Falele in the 3rd round, and they're riding or dying with him, right? So,
yeah, it drives me nuts to even think about it. We've been talking about it for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just, yeah. He did get a pancake. We'll give him some love. He has good moments. They all do. It's not like when you're like frying an O-line, it's not like you're frying every play. It's not where it's like this guy sucks every single play, but it's happening more often than it should. You know what I mean? Like, and some of the losses are really bad, and like, we're 2 years into this experiment with not a ton of improvement. I think that's my issue. It's like, like I expected this season to see a evolution from the offensive line. These are a lot of young guys on the O-line. They should be growing. Right. Like, we talked about their lack of experience last year and stuff. Oh, it was Falele's first year starting. It was Voorhees, even though he didn't start the whole year. It was his first year. Roger Rosengarten, rookie first year. Like, I just expected a step up. And that we didn't get that. But who knows? Hey, they didn't play bad in the Bengals game. We got 3 left. We could play better. We could play more consistent and turn this around. It's not impossible, man. So But let's look at let's talk about this road ahead a little bit. That's the wrong picture. Let's look at the AFC where we stand and just kind of, you got some scenarios lined up, right? So we'll just talk. Obviously, if the Ravens win out, we got Patriots, Packers, Steelers. If we win all 3, we win the North. We're the 4 seed hosting a game in Baltimore. But this is the AFC picture as of right now. Denver's clinched already at 12-2. We got New England on Sunday. They're, like you said earlier, though, they're fighting for the division now. They just lost to Buffalo, and Buffalo's 1 game back. So that's why Bills fans are rooting for the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like the Bills could end up getting the 2 seed, maybe the 1 seed if Denver loses a few. So, I mean, that's still on the table. But what's our scenarios for getting in the playoffs?
Yeah, man. So like you said, the first scenario is win out, right? The Ravens are still in control of their own destiny, and the fact that if they just win each game ahead of them, the last 3, going 3-0, which would not be unheard of, especially like we talked about that graphic, right? Lamar Jackson has yet to lose a game in the regular season in week 15 or beyond. So the track record is good for Lamar showing up in these late games when he needs to with the season on the line. So that's scenario 1's win out. Scenario 2 is beat Bengals, which we did. And then also the Steelers and one of the other games with the Packers or Patriots. And then the Steelers would have to lose one of their 3 other remaining games. So it's, hey, you beat the Steelers the last week, and then you just need to win one of either the Patriots or Packers game, and then have the Steelers just lose one of their last 3 games. So either they'd have to lose to the Dolphins, they have to lose to the Browns or the Lions. So I would expect them to definitely lose against the Lions. But I wouldn't be surprised if Miami shows up, because Miami still has a small chance of winning So they're playing for something right now. And plus the Miami Dolphins have won their last 5.
Yeah, no,
pretty good.
They're definitely playing a lot better. Go Dolphins,
Yeah.
man. I think we're all rooting for the Dolphins because not that I want us like to even have a loss. I think, you know what I mean? Like, I think it is very important to roll in with momentum, but also it does give you a lot of flexibility and confidence that basically nothing matters until that Steelers game if the Steelers lose a game.
Right.
Unless we just lose them all. But I'm just saying, like, if the Steelers drop one, we could also lose one. We only have 2 other games. We're playing the Patriots and Packers. We could lose one.
Exactly.
And it's still AFC North on the line week 18. That's all that matters. That's like the only relevant game if the Steelers lose a game. Yep. So, yeah, I think I'm rooting for them to lose a game, but I also would just rather us sweep these last 4 and roll in hot because I'm telling you, it is so open, man. The Chiefs are eliminated. Not that they had a great year, but they're out of the mix completely. Prayers up for Mahomes too. Another ACL. And then Micah Parsons ACL, who we play in 2 weeks. That game got a lot easier. Not easy, but a lot easier than it would have been. We don't have to deal with Micah Parsons.
For sure, man.
Offensive line.
Micah Parsons definitely would have been a big athletic weapon against. They would have had him lining up all over Falele, bro. Like, it would have been ugly. So big time factor there. Now, another scenario for the Ravens getting in the playoffs is you beat the Steelers, right? Last week, you could lose to the Packers and the Patriots. So you could lose your next 2 games. And if the Steelers lose 2 of their last 3 remaining games, doesn't matter as long as you beat them in the end. So they could lose tonight to the Dolphins and then lose to the Lions. We could lose our next 2 games, beat them the last week, and still get the number 1 spot in the AFC North. So that's also a high probability. Now, another scenario is beat Bengals, Packers, Patriots. Steelers lose next 3 games. In this case, the Ravens would clinch the AFC North even before playing the Steelers. So there's a chance, not a high chance, but there's a chance that that last game against the Steelers wouldn't matter. Now, one thing that would be very interesting, Ryan, okay, check this out. And I want to know your thoughts on this. If the Ravens win next weekend against the Patriots and the Steelers lose either tonight or next week versus the Lions, the game versus the Packers would be irrelevant. And then the only thing that would determine the North would be that week 18 matchup versus the Steelers. Now, it would be interesting, right? In that scenario against the Packers, do you rest some of the starters knowing that, hey, this game doesn't matter? The only thing that matters is week 18 against the Steelers. You know, do you want to get them rested or do you want to play them, keep them sharp, keep the momentum going? But then you also risk injury, you know, for that week 18 matchup or going into the playoffs. What's your thoughts on that?
That is an interesting scenario. We play Saturday night, so I guess we wouldn't know. Like, let's say the Steelers lose tonight. We have to play because, like, we wouldn't. Or let's say they win tonight but lose to the Lions next week. We would have to play, though, because, like, we could eliminate them, right? If they lost again. Don't they play Sunday and we play Saturday? Like, we play ahead before them, so we wouldn't know what's going to happen that week? Or does it still become irrelevant?
I don't know.
All right, anyway, I'll answer. If it is irrelevant, if it ends up being irrelevant, I still think we should play the starters, even though there is injury risk, and you totally have a point. I just think that we are not rolling at a level where you could take a week off.
Yeah.
Like we've been so inconsistent this season that I
want to go out and make a statement against the Packers.
Like we need as many reps as possible to get things right. You know what I mean? And like get the chemistry flowing again. Even though there's injury risk, it just seems so important to keep the guys out there together if they're winning. Like, let's keep the train rolling, because if you play Huntley for a week and then we got to go out in a must-win Pittsburgh game and we're rusty and we have a slow first half because we didn't play the week before, it might be all over.
Yeah, but at the same time, if Lamar Jackson were to re-aggravate his
I
hamstring
know. Yeah.
against the
Then you
Packers,
regret it.
then it was like a waste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what would
So,
you do? You'd bench him?
I'd have to say, hey, Lamar, how do you feel? Are you 100% or are you like 80? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like if Lamar's 80, I'd probably want to get him some rest and get him 100% for the Steelers in the playoffs. But if he's 100%, I'd say, hey, let's go ride and get some momentum and beat one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Before that Patriots or that Steelers game.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It seems like regardless, it's going to come down to
Week
week
18.
18 versus the Steelers.
That's how I'm feeling too. I'm like,
Now,
all these things, it's probably going to be week 18 for the division.
yeah, I would love. Okay, it's still important for we still want the Steelers to drop a game because if they drop a game, that allows us to be able to drop a game to either the Packers or the Patriots. Tough matchups, right? But if they don't drop a game, we have to win out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We have to beat the Packers and the Patriots. So, yeah. We still would like help, even though we don't need it.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. That's why we're going to continue to root against Pitt because we want the flexibility, but we should just win. And this is kind of what I was saying earlier. If the Steelers lost tonight, obviously this is premature. They might win, and then none of it matters. If they lost tonight and to the Lions, and we beat the Patriots, we have to play the Packers game because if they lost to the Browns, they're out.
Right.
And we play before. So you need, you know what I mean? Like you might be able to clinch the North and rest them against Pitt if that's the scenario that went down. So we don't know, but I totally think it's a valid discussion too, to see if we would rest or not, especially with all the injury concerns. It's definitely something to think about, man. We got another super chat from BB. Appreciate you with the 5. What are your guys' thoughts on re-signing Draymond Jones? 100%.
Dude, I wanted to talk about. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I've talked about it a few times. I'd be all over it. I don't think the value's too inflated. Like it's not like he, you know what I mean? For his talent and production level, he should be getting paid like really, really good pass rusher money. And I don't think that his market value is there yet. Not that it's low, but I'm just saying not like elite pass rusher money. And I feel like we could come in at a steal, kind of like we just got with Travis Jones, which we have also not talked about. But what are your thoughts on Draymond and the extension?
I would love to extend him, but it is going to cost us a little bit because Draymond was already on a 1 year, $9.5 million deal.
We got it.
So that was a $10 million kind of 1 year, deal. Prove it, right? And he's still, I think he's only 28 years old.
In his prime.
He's in his prime for that pass rusher age. I wouldn't be surprised if a team was desperate and had a lot of money to offer him, 15, like a big 3-year, $45 million type of contract. So it kind of depends on what the market dictates, but I would love to bring him back because to me, it just kind of raises the floor of the pass rush because there's too many unknowns, bro. There's just too many unknowns, right? Because after this year, right, Kyle Van Noy, he's old. He'll be gone. He's a free agent, right? Then you have Adisa Isaac, unknown. Big question mark, unknown. Is Tavius in the 3rd year?
I feel like he has 1 year left.
Yeah, I think he's in year 3 right now. So you'll have Tavius and you'll have Mike Green. Mike Green, we love him, but he's still growing and still a bit of a question mark, right?
Yeah, Tavius is under contract for $1.3 million next year, so he's good.
So
I would also like a Tavius extension, though.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to lose him, but he's good next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Unknowns, a job.
There's too much fluctuation. Plus, you don't know if there'll be a guy there in a draft that you like. Plus, offensive line's a need. So you're either going to have to sign Draymond to an extension or somebody else out in free agency. I'd rather sign someone who you already know is having a success here, already is a scheme fit, already is, punching our division rival in the mouth and then talking
brings the
crap about it
attitude.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I want Joe Burrow for years to come to know, hey, I like this dude that kept bulldogging me, ragdolling me around, and then talk trash to me afterwards. It's going to be rushing me. Like I like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. No, I think Draymond and Mike, because I believe in Mike Green wholeheartedly. Like I know he's young, but like I think he's going to be really, really good. Draymond and Mike Green and Tavius, like as your floor heading into next year, gives you so much flexibility. I'm not saying that you don't need to add to that room in the draft or a value free agent or what, but like, and we need to add more to the defensive line, no doubt. But I'm just saying it gives you a ton of flexibility where it's like, okay, we're not in too bad of a situation. You know what I mean? And without him, we are thin. So yeah, I would love.
Could you imagine if Matabike hadn't gotten hurt, bro?
Yeah, that situation's weird, man. I was just looking at, there was a write-up, I think it was from like Russell Street Report, saying that if he's basically not, just like if he's gonna retire, he won't retire and will take the money.
He'll just kind of linger around.
Stay on IR. Yeah.
Right.
And we have to pay him. And we take a massive $30 million cap hit. And there's just like nothing we can do.
I thought about that too. I was like, why would he just willingly retire?
He's not, because then he loses money.
Why wouldn't he just rehab for a few years? Like,
I think that's how it's going to go. So if he's not here next year, we got a $30 million cap hit. We're a player that's not on the team. So that is a rough situation. But I mean, you can't control it. Like you can't predict something like that happening. We just gave Matabike a contract extension. He deserved it. He's a beast. And then has a neck injury or whatever happened. And
and honestly,
hopefully it works out. But
he deserves that money regardless if he plays or not. Like he's out there putting his body on the line, dude. Like, if that was his last snap, hey, like that's why players want their money. Like that's why players want guaranteed money, because of those type of injury risks. So good for him for getting it.
He'll get a chunk of it for sure. Yeah. He'll get a chunk of it. We got another super chat from Goats Existed. Appreciate you with the 2. Does Linderbaum deserve to get a monster contract? I've seen this as a discussion. I'd
say top 5. Like top 5 center money.
Well, I think he's going to get top center money because it's been 2 years since the market's been reset.
Yeah.
So like monster contract, you probably mean 20 million.
Yeah.
And I do think that's what his market's going to command. Whether the Ravens spend it is the true question. I'm going to say they do. I think they get an extension done. We just saved a lot of money with Travis Jones that I did not expect to come in at 13. He's the 26th highest paid.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. We got to steal. And it happened because of that grievance issue that we didn't even know about really. Yeah. And I guess he had the same thing as Bateman pretty much, where he was going to end up being a restricted free agent and the Ravens kind of controlled the market. And he just signed an extension. But we got an incredible value. And if we can do a Lamar Jackson extension to clear up that cap hit, that $70+ million cap hit, Ravens are rolling in with $60+ million. We can afford Linderbaum. We can afford Draymond Jones. Like we can afford to keep some guys. We can afford an Isaiah Likely if they want to be that aggressive. Like we can afford to keep guys. It's just about where they're going to put the money. But what are your thoughts on Linderbaum and re-signing him?
I think you have to, man, because there's too many unknowns already on the offensive line. You can't have another unknown.
Yeah, I know.
You're already going to have an unknown at the right guard spot next year. Falele's going to be a free agent, right? Yep. I guess you could say, hey, we kind of have a known with Emory Jones, but it's not a known because you don't have game tape of him, right? 8 snaps. And then I guess you got Rosengarten. He'll be coming back. Stanley, I think, is still under contract.
Yeah.
Voorhees is not a –
he's under contract too.
He's below average.
Lele is probably the only one that's like gone.
Yeah.
And then we got to draft or sign a free agent or play the young guy.
There's no way that you want to like go into the off season or into the draft not having a center or right guard.
No, I agree. That's why I think it's a lot safer to sign Linderbaum. He's, and I think some people are questioning it because the line has struggled this year, but like look at the guard situation next to him too. I do believe that Linderbaum in a thriving O line is still top 3, top 5 center in the league, and you just got to keep that guy. But and then Zay too. He's under contract next year, but we'll have to decide in the offseason whether we pick up his 5th-year option or not. So he's making $4 million next year. In 2026, but then we have a club option in 2027. So we'll have to make that decision. Obviously, there's a decision next year if we want to extend Zay or how that's going to work out. But I don't think that's the 5th-year option is the only thing we have to decide on, really. Like, I don't know. I mean, Zay is eligible for an extension. We could extend him next offseason, but he's not a free agent. He is playing for the Ravens in 26 for a good number, too. I mean, 4.4 million is the cap hit. So Zay's safe for next year. Linderbaum is an unrestricted free agent, so there is like he will hit the market if we don't.
Yeah, he's gonna have some bidders for sure.
Yeah, but we might do what we did with Stanley last year, where it was like a week prior to free agency, we just signed Stanley because we didn't want him to hit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you know how it is, bro. Like agents, even though they're not allowed to negotiate with teams, do agent things. Yeah. So they'll be like, hey, potentially in a hypothetical world, if this player were to hit free agency, how much would you offer? You know what I mean? Like, so I think agents already have a good idea of what they're going to get on the outside market before they hit free agency. So the fact that he's an unrestricted free agent is not good for the Ravens.
No, I know, but we can keep him. Like, it's just about paying. You know what I mean? And we have the money too. It's just about like, are we going to allocate that amount? Yeah. Or try and redraft another one. I don't know. Because if you did lose Linderbaum, you have to draft or replace him with somebody quality. I don't think they're gonna lose him, man. I think they just hold on to him.
I hope so. I'm just thinking about some of the other guys you have to pay. Like Zay Flowers is gonna be the most expensive one.
But that's the following year though.
Yeah.
So what's our cap? Like our cap situation will open up even more in 27. So I get what you're saying. You have to budget it all out, but when 2 years in advance, you can make that happen.
Yeah.
Like the Ravens have flexible. If they extend Lamar, if they don't extend Lamar, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
If they extend Lamar, we can clear as much as we want. Really, like it is a ton of money we can clear up to 40 million. Yeah. So, I mean, on top of the cap space that we're already bringing, and we have 10 million right now this year that we're carrying over to next year. So, like, weirdly enough,
already eligible for an extension.
Yeah, right.
And next year he'll be in year 4.
They're going to decide whether they give him the 5th-year option or not. Because we accepted Kyle's 5th-year option and then extended him. We did not accept Linderbaum's because that cap hit was graded with all of offensive linemen. So it was above what a center even makes.
Right. It was like factoring in the left tackles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're like, well, you're not going to accept Linderbaum's 5th-year option and pay him more than a center makes. Yeah. So they didn't do that. And you can only do one. They did it with Kyle to keep him for cheap, ended up getting the extension done. Yeah. Zay wouldn't be cheap either because
Zay's going to be like 25 million plus a year.
And but if you pick up the 5th-year option, that's what it costs. You can't manipulate it. So they're going to want to do an extension if they want to keep him. You don't want to have a $25 million cap hit. You might want to pay him $25 million a year, but you want the cap hit to be 11. You know what I mean? Like give him a signing bonus, move the money around.
Yeah. Well, dude, look at Zay's numbers, bro. So his rookie year, right? 77 catches, 858 yards, and 5 touchdowns. His second year, sophomore year, 74 catches, 1,059 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And what's crazy is, he became the first ever homegrown Pro Bowl receiver, hit over 1,000 yards, right? Yeah. And then now this year, he still has 3 games left. He's already at 71 catches, so he's easily going to break, his career receptions record. And he's only 100 yards away from his career yardage record, and he still got 3 games. So, I mean, he could be around 1,200 yards if
he's by far the most targeted guy week in and week out. Like we haven't seen like Lamar or this offense get anyone else consistently involved. Like Bateman, I know he's banged up, but he's not super involved this year. Andrew's likely inconsistent, not on them, but just targets. You know what I mean? Like volume. Like Hopkins not super involved.
He's Lamar's guy.
Zay's the guy.
he has become the Mark Andrews, where like when he drops back, he's looking for number 4. Yeah. He used to be like he was looking at number 89. Regardless of where 89 was in the read progression, he was looking his way. Like he trusts Flowers, and honestly, he should. Flowers gets the most consistent separation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's so smooth. Plus, they grew up in the same area. Like they're Florida boys. They work out. They hang out in the off season. Like that's his guy. So
100%. Let's get to some of these super chats. We got 3 of them sitting here. Elaine, again, thank you so much with the 10. Draymond Jones, born to be a Raven, is too cold for them. I love it. 100%, man. That's why we got to keep a guy like that around. I love that attitude, and he's backing it up. It ain't just talk. Like he's out there playing that way on the field. 20 pressures since the trade, 5 quarterback hits against the Bengals in this last game. Dude's a beast, man. Keep Draymond Jones around.
Dude.
And then, go ahead.
I agree. I just love that. Too cold for him.
Too cold. Yeah.
Too cold for him.
Too cold for him. We knew right away.
Yeah. Dude, in the pregame, like in the locker, in the tunnel, they were like, if we beat Cincy, they're done for the year. Like
Kyle. Yeah. Kyle was giving the speech. Yeah. He's like, end their season. Yeah. They knew, man. They played like that too. I like it. Let's keep the same fire because we can't lose either. You know what I mean? So, like, 100%. Goats existed with the 5. Thank you. A while ago, we applied for uniform changes for next season. What do y'all think could mean for our unis, possibly a new one? Yeah, I mean, I at some point, I don't know if we should. I'd like more alternates.
Yeah,
like the ability to wear more alternates throughout the season and then keep the uniform kind of the same. Just because, like, I love like classic logos and uniforms, but
dude,
I wish we could mix it up a bit.
Yeah. Did you ever see that one uniform idea where Derrick Henry's wearing like
all
white with the gold letters?
Yeah.
And the gold helmet, bro. Like if we could get something like that.
It was like all white, but the gold was popping. Yeah.
Crispy white with the gold and a little bit of purple like splash would be fire. But
as our main or alternate?
As one of our alternates.
Yeah.
You know, but and then you can't, like, of course, bro, the all blacks are super sexy. But they can't wear those in the playoffs, which is frustrating. Yeah, like, you know, you get a home playoff game, you're like, bro, why can't we wear our all blacks? Like, it's frustrating. That's the way
I don't like that either.
But you know, I like the purple rising as well. I like those helmets that they like. Those are pretty sharp uniforms. So yeah, but it would be cool to see a new one.
Yeah,
thanks for the super.
Yeah, no doubt. And then we got another one from BB. Appreciate you with the 5. Nnamdi will probably do another year under the radar, sadly. Then we will be 30+ million. Yeah. I mean, his cap hit in 2026 is $30.9 million, $31 million. And if he doesn't play and he doesn't retire, we're paying it.
I wonder if they're gonna like try to reach an injury settlement or something like that.
I'm just saying, but then it would probably mean he has to take less money. And if his option, if him and his agent are like, nah, we could just chill and rehab, like you said, and try and come back, even though maybe it's not likely or whatever, he's getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wish he'd come back and just play. Let's pay the $31 million and have Madubuike next year with Travis Jones. That'd be fire. Yeah. That's my dream scenario. I'm not wishing anything.
My original point though is like, could you imagine, like, just let's say he never got hurt and he was playing next to Travis Jones, how well Jones is playing right now. And then with Draymond Jones and then Tavius back and then Mike Green, like how nasty that pass rush could have been.
Yeah,
like,
we're good.
Like they could have been a legit like 4-man wrecking crew with Madubuike. And now they're good. Like with Tavius coming back, Jones playing well, Mike Green playing well. You know, they're solid, but they could have been like pretty nasty, dominant.
100%.
Their record would probably look different if Matabike.
It would. It makes me think of that Lions game where we were wearing the all black prime time at home. Travis Jones, I think, was out that game or he got hurt. We didn't have that was the first game without Matabike because Matabike played in week 2 versus Cleveland. That was the first game without Matabike, and the Lions ran through us. At that point, we were looking at our D line like we got no shot. Like we can't even stop anybody's run game. Obviously, Travis Jones has came back and been a force. And shout out to guys like John Jenkins stepping up and
CJ Poirier has gotten better throughout the year.
That's a good call out too. He's been playing. I think he played 20% of the snaps yesterday. So his playing time's increasing since he got activated on the roster. I think he's going to be a guy around for a few years too. It's a developmental guy that they like. And
he was
I see why.
young in football.
Yeah.
Like he was one of those international players that they just like the scouts go to another country and they're like, that dude is massive. He looks like he could play football. You know what I mean? And they're like, he's like, what is this? How do I put this helmet on? Like they don't know anything about football. And they just say, hey, bro, you got God-given talent. Like you got God-given size. He's one of those dudes, right? So he's getting it more and more. You know, at this point, he knows how to put his pads on. I'm just joking, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But CJ Coy could be around.
He will be. He will be. Yeah. Same neck injury as Orr for Matabike. We don't know.
We don't know, bro. It's we have no idea. There is like no leaks.
There's something going on though. When you've heard Harbaugh talk like 5 times now about it, and he's like, we know, but I'm not allowed to tell you.
Right.
And I'm like, that is so weird, man. Like all year. And then you get the cryptic Matabike post on Instagram where he just puts up like some crystal balls and it's like him looking fly. And I'm like, man, like what is going on? We don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to hear from him.
That's what Harbaugh says. He's like, you'll have to hear from Matabike. He's got decisions to make and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. His decision's going to be rehab and get that money. If he's not coming back. Yeah.
30 million is not something you just let go of, right? Like,
yeah. Y'all see the Reddit post about I'm guessing you're talking about that one player's ex-girlfriend who said, I don't know if you saw that. No, did you see that?
I did. I did.
I don't know any truth about it. Yeah. I mean, all the girls said on Reddit, and who knows, anybody can make the dang account, man.
Yeah. I think Marlon Humphrey addressed it. And was like, that is whack, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I instantly when I see things like that, just assume there's not like a ton of truth into it because there's so much stuff flying around on the internet these days. But it also wasn't anything that crazy. It was like, oh, Matabike already retired. He moved to Texas. Possible. Like, you know, maybe not officially retired, but like they know. And then also it was like players don't like Harbaugh. Possible. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? But yeah, we won't feed into it too much. Noah, are you going to grow the beard out again?
I am going to grow the beard out again. I had to shave for my drill, which is actually this kind of crazy story, bro. So I was at class. If you guys don't know, I'm a full-time student again. I was at class on Wednesday. And my wife calls me and is like, babe, I need help. I just got vomited on by my 3-year-old, like in the mouth, projectile vomit, like, and then all the kids start throwing up. And she's like, help, help, help. So I leave school, come home. I'm like cleaning up, throw up, and like trying to get kids in the bathtub. And I got 4 little ones, and then my wife gets really sick, and then she's out of commission. So then I was like full on dad mode, like trying to do the laundry and the dishes and like, like all the stuff I normally don't know how to do and cook and, and full on dad mode. And I had drill. I had to go in for my Marine Corps Reserve drill on Friday. The kids finally get better. My wife is recovered, and I'm like, all right. Thank the Lord I'm not sick because I can't miss this drill. So, and then in the middle of the night, 2:00 in the morning, my alarm's going to go off at 4 to get up for drill. Keep in mind, I'd already shaved, had the stash ready to go to drill. You guys saw the stash, right, for a few days. And then I hack, bro, right in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I had to go run my combat fitness test that morning. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to run this. Like, I threw up like 3 times, bro. It was like nasty, came out of my nose. Like, it was wild. And I know you guys don't need all these details, but I'm giving you the backstory about the beard. My point is I shaved the beard for no reason because I was on the way to drill, was like super sick, and then my captain was like, "You're excused, you're good." So I came back with a shaved face and still sick. But yes, to answer your question, I will grow the beard back out. It shouldn't take me too long, probably like a week, and it'll be a beardish again.
Dang, dude, mine takes way longer than that. We got another question. I guess we're having beard talk here for a second. I'll move on quick.
Whatever the fans want.
Am I keeping my beard? Yeah, it's like the longest it's ever been, which is not that long. So
I'm digging
just seeing where it goes. It makes me look a little older. You know, everyone says I look really young. I'm 32, but like, I don't know. People are always like thinking I'm 22. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grow a beard out a little bit, look a little grown. I just got engaged. I'm moving on in life. You know what I mean? Like, look a little older. So yeah.
Shout out to Ryan for getting engaged too.
Oh, thanks, man.
Congrats.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it's exciting. Exciting times.
Dude,
but enough about me.
People
yeah. Shout out to B&B, man, or BNCF Productions. Live in Tampa, see Buck stuff. Jalen McMillan said he was almost paralyzed after a preseason neck injury. He just came back last week. I wonder if that's what's going on with Nnamdi. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea, man. That would be good if, like I said, my dream scenario is that like this is a scare, and as the offseason goes, Nnamdi's fine. He like realizes he's okay, goes back to the doctors. They're like, yo, you're good to go. Like that's dream scenario, because I don't think we're getting out of the contract. So it's not like we're getting out of this from a team standpoint. So dream scenario is Nnamdi can play football, but wishing the best for him.
Dude, it's just so weird because there was never like a tackle where he like was slow to get up or like, you see that.
Did he even like leave the game?
No.
Yeah, it was after the game. They're like, he's got a neck injury, and we're like, okay. And then like done.
Usually with those type of injuries, it's like a big scare. You know, the players on the ground not moving. They like, had a tackle and their like neck gets hunched in, or they bring out the stretcher, bro, and it's like all scary and dramatic. But this one was like just randomly after the game, like, whoa, Nnamdi's got a neck injury. And we're like, oh man, hopefully it ain't too serious. And then it's like, yeah, he could miss the season. And it's like, man, are you serious? And then it's like, yeah, he could retire. And it was like, what? Like, what? Like, this is wild.
Yeah, 100%. Crazy, man. It is crazy. Wishing the best. And hope it all works out, man. But we should probably hop off. Let's go Dolphins.
Yeah, let's go root for these Dolphins.
Game starts in like, 10 minutes or whatever. So any final thoughts?
Go Tua.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Man. My final thoughts is this upcoming game against the Patriots is the biggest game of the season. We're gonna find out what the Ravens are really made of. I'm excited. I think if the defense carries the momentum, they feel like they got their swagger back.
Yeah, dude. We just need that. We need that type of game again in prime time in Baltimore, and then it's like everybody
on.
Yeah,
it's on. I guarantee you, if the Ravens come out and like pummel the Patriots, like you're gonna see all the pundits are gonna be like, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens playoffs. Like you're gonna
80% chance that the Ravens make the playoffs again.
Yeah, and then the Super Bowl like they're gonna be raising rate. Because remember, like even halfway through the year when the Ravens were still on the struggle bus, the Ravens were still one of the favorite Super Bowl winners. Like the analysts were like, we're just waiting for them to figure it out and get healthy, right? And they're figuring it out. It's a little late in the season, but like 24-0 shutout against the Bengals now, and then Lamar Jackson's looking healthy. And hey, you never know. Like we said, AFC's wide open this year.
100%, man. Let's go handle business in prime time and get this momentum rolling, man.
Dude,
feeling good.
How about Patrick Mahomes not in the playoffs?
Yeah,
I think there's one year we need to get in the playoffs. It's without Patrick stinking Mahomes.
Yeah, the top and all the teams you're traveling to at the top are like super inexperienced and all have young QBs. We're looking at Bo Nix, Drake May, and Trevor Lawrence. Like that is not that our defense fears anybody, but I'm just saying, like that is you don't have to play the same type of mental games with guys like that. You know what I mean? Like a Burrow or a Rodgers, even we just saw a few weeks ago. That guy's a little bit of a step ahead of you sometimes. You know what I mean? And like there's a big strategic battle. We saw that way long ago when all those playoff games versus Brady, you'd see that. It was just like a chess
Tom Brady,
match,
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it's like they know where you're going to be. They know how to attack you. The younger QBs don't have that. I'm not saying they have none of that, but like you don't have to play as many games, and I think you can confuse them a little bit more. So the top of the AFC is wide open. And to your point earlier, the media narrative, if the Ravens get hot here, is going to be nobody wants to see the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. Like this is the dark horse hot team that could win it all. And I agree. So we'll see how it plays out.
Let's go.
But
let's go watch the Dolphins, bro.
Yeah. Let's go.
Love you guys. Thanks for everyone that came out. We'll be going live every Monday night. Thanks for all the supers.
Yeah,
thanks for all the engagement, the support, and the love. We love you guys.
Yeah, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you soon. Have a beautiful rest of your night.